say hello there, and we are live. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, both those that will join us later on the show. See, is the big one, yeah. Arsenal Crash Talk Season 1, Episode 7. Yeah, guys, we got a special guest. I had to go pull this guy off. Yeah, actually, me and Abs had to go bring this guy, yeah, from the depths of Liverpool. Yeah, see, Liverpool is still second, but you know what? Yeah, we'll still talk about all that good stuff. Yeah. But before I start the show, I want to welcome, of course, my co-host down here with me, no other person than my partner in crime, Abs Football Band. Welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing?
Yeah, big up people, man. Thursday evening, nearly the weekend is nearly here. Yeah, man, just big up everyone. Big up our special guest, Uncle Rods as well in the building. Nice to see you here. First time actually, I'm meeting you today, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of debates or conversations we're having. But yeah, happy to be here as always, Tony. And big yourself up, Tony, as well, the big man in the building.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. See ya, guys. Without much ado, see this person, no explanation. He's not a new person to this channel. Me and him we started together. Of course, you know him. You know me. See, welcome to the channel and to the show, my brother Anfield Rod. Rod, you welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Yeah, you know you're my G for a long time, man. You know you're my G, and it's a pleasure to be on your show. Anytime that you call me and I'm available, yeah, I'll jump on. Ain't no doubt,
Mm,
man. No doubt, man. No doubt. You're
yeah,
my G for a long
yeah,
time. Big up. And you
yeah,
work hard
yeah.
as
Big
well,
up.
you know? A lot of people don't realize that, and that this guy works hard with his
Mm,
team.
Hard,
Yeah,
very hard.
he puts a lot of work in that, and that shouldn't go unnoticed. And then what he does for the
100, 100.
listen, appreciate you, bro. Big up.
yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, Rod. See, this is see. Yeah, we're going to look into some of these past games. Yeah, that have passed already, and maybe a little bit of an insight into the games that will be coming up this evening. Plus, we'll also be talking about the big weekend. Yeah, there's also some big matches coming up in the weekend. But the first one up for talks right now is that matchup yesterday, Manchester United versus Chelsea. See, what's your own take? We had a watch along on that game yesterday. I'm talking of you, Abs. Well, what do you think about that game? Manchester United beating Chelsea, yeah, 2 goals to 1. But see, this is the bigger picture before you start answering that question. This will also go to you, Anfield Rod, too, later on, because after Abs answers this, you would also have to chime in
Yeah.
on that one, too. See, yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, people were saying Tottenham Hotspurs, yeah, some deluded Tottenham Hotspurs fans, yeah, were saying they were going to win the league, yeah. Now, see, Tottenham Hotspur is in 27 points right now, tied with Manchester United. Manchester United have been heralded as this team that, let's just write them off this season. But they're now tied with a team that supposedly was going to win the league this season or is going to win the league this season. 27 points tied with Tottenham Hotspurs. See, that's not the only thing. The club side, yeah, that everyone have actually given the trophy to this season, Manchester City, yeah, they're in 30 points. Manchester United is just 3 points away from Manchester City. Take it away, Abs.
Well, yeah. First and foremost, that was a good win for Man United. Um, the thing is, we have to look at this in context. Yeah, this is a Man United that's capable of beating teams like Chelsea at the moment. I don't care how much money Chelsea have played, yeah, paid for players at the moment. They're an up and down side, and although we didn't beat them and we were terrible against them, um, they do show signs of vulnerability, and you can see that in when we drew with them as well. Yesterday's game, um, it was quite a scrappy game.
Mm,
Everyone's saying that Man United played well and all this kind of stuff. They played all right. I wasn't overly impressed with them. What I felt they did well is that they suffocated Chelsea in the midfield, And
Mm.
what they was able to do once they pressed them hard in the midfield, so you had players like Amrabat and McTominay pressing these guys, forcing errors
Yeah.
um, with the Chelsea players. And yeah, they took their goals well. I felt Chelsea defended pretty poorly.
Mm.
Um, I, with the Madison header. I'm sorry, not Madison, McTominay header, and his first goal as well is almost like there was, no one actually went out to even like defend the ball and stuff as well. So, you know, I expect Man United to be beating Chelsea at home. Considering their recent form, so I'm looking at the table now. So they've won 9 games, they've lost 6, they've
Mm.
scored 18 goals. They've scored 18
18
goals.
goals and
They've
and
scored 18 goals,
conceded
but they've
18 too.
also conceded 18 goals. So that's not really a great record.
Mm.
And yes, they may be. I think they're a bit like Chelsea. They're going to win some games, but they're also going to lose some games as well.
Mm.
And you know, it's the old cliche, isn't it? Jam
Mm.
United, because they're going to get away with some jammy games, some jammy decisions as well, like everyone else, every other team is at the moment. But
Yeah.
Man United for me, just they don't scare me. Yeah, I know they got into the top 4 last season, but the manager's still. I don't know about their manager. I'm still
Mm.
unsure about the manager. I'm still unsure that the team actually believe in him. Like half the team believe in him. But
Yeah.
what he done, which I have to admire, he dropped Rashford from the starting 11,
Mm.
and all these little changes might help the team going forward. Anthony's now played, he played quite well yesterday as well. So who
Mm.
knows going forward? But I still think their forward line is not that great.
It's
I
not
still
that
think
great,
I don't
definitely.
think their forward line's that great.
Mm.
Maguire played well as well, but yeah, is anyone scared of them here on this panel? I don't think so. So
Rod,
that's just my
over to
take.
you. Over to you. Endsman is on the is in he's in the chart. Yeah, that's our big brother Endsman, man. Since
Yup,
when
and
Endsman went big time, it's hard. It's hard to get Endsman down to the channel, man. When these brothers, yeah, when they go big
when
He's gone, man. He's gone clear.
Ends man, it's still our
I
brother,
said
man. Big up
that.
to you, Ends man, man. Big up to Ends man. If you've not subscribed to Ends man TV, go down there and support the man. Them, yeah, great, great job. This guy grinds hard. Yeah, he has several channels doing lots of big work. Thank you for joining us, Ends man. See, Hendon Gunu is also down here. He's talking about Arsenal. Arsenal will be the next topic after Liverpool. So just hang on there, Hendon Gunu. And it says, "Good evening, Tony Guna, panel guest, all in chat, watching. Definitely, Hendon Guna, big ups to you." And it says, "Yeah, if Arsenal play like they did against Luton Saturday against Villa, Villa will play like they did against City. Then Villa are going to better Arsenal." Let's see how that looks like, Hendon Guna. We'll all be talking about that later on. See, my brother. Brian Morrissey, it's also down here. Brian, big ups to you. Thank you for joining me down here,
Thank you.
man. A
Yeah,
honor having you, Brian Morrissey. Red Bull Vodka is also down here. Thanks for joining us on the show, Red Bull Vodka. Just listen to what I have for you down here. My brother, big brother, and Field Rod is down here. Abs is also down here. Go subscribe to their channels. But you know what? Yeah, let's start with this one. See, Rod, you've heard what Abs said. Manchester United sneaking away with that 2-1 win. You know they're not good enough. You know they're not good enough. But see, it's not the biggest story, yeah, of if they're good enough or not good enough. 3 points at
so there still.
scheme of things, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, they're just at the same. They have the same amount of points that Tottenham Hotspur have right now. And just a couple of weeks ago, people were saying Tottenham Hotspurs were gonna win the league. Yeah, right now they're 3 points. Yeah, just chasing Manchester City. See, do we write Manchester United out of the title, out of the top 4 this season? Anfield Rods, hit us up. Danny is in the house. Can you smell what?
Keeps on stopping and starting, it keeps on stopping and starting, innit? I mean, can you hear me, G? Abs. Abs, can you hear me? Well, go on now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry, I was on mute.
I
Can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
yeah.
Yeah. You can hear
Tony's
me,
frozen,
though, innit?
man.
You can hear me, innit?
Tony. Yeah. Tony's
Now,
frozen.
I'll just kick it off. Listen, a lot of what you said and everything that I agree with. You know what I mean? A lot of what you said. You never know what you're gonna get with Man United. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What team do you support? If I do want me asking.
I'm Arsenal.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
With Man United, do I feel it and they're good enough to sort of like get in the top four? Not really. Not really. I don't think they're going to get in the top four. But doesn't mean they won't get in the top four. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, because they're up and down, up and down. When it comes to the manager, I think the manager has lost a bit of the dressing room. He's lost some of the dressing room. At least 50% of the dressing room he's lost. Now you can't really do shit at the end of the day if you lost 50% of the dressing room. All successful managers at the end of the day, right, that win leagues, win sort of like FA Cups, win Champions League Cups, whatever. What most successful managers have got the backing of the change room 100%. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's behind them. Everybody believes in their philosophy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think that's the same with Man United. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you look at Chelsea at the end of the day, right, what Chelsea's done, when you think about it, is like they have got like a load of players at the end of the day, just gone out and bought a load of players and just thrown them all together. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's like when you're cooking and you're cooking some food and that, right? And you got all these seasoning and that, right? You don't know in the day if it's gonna if it fits with what you're cooking in there, but you just throw it all together and hope for the best. No, man, they can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You have to spend wisely. So what's actually happening with Chelsea, you're gonna get these up and down, do you know what I mean, results in the day that they do have. Because remember the day, once a long ago that they beat sort of like Tottenham. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They beat someone the other day 2-1 as well. Do you know what I mean? But they've also lost against sort of like Newcastle 4-1. They just lost against United 2-1. Do you know what I mean? So you don't know what you'll get with Chelsea either. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I
We
don't
got
think Man United and they sort of like has got the equipment at this present stage to make a title challenge. That's for Tottenham and everything. That the only people that were saying about sort of like Tottenham can win the league were Tottenham people, and nobody else was saying it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I mean? Last time they won something, you had a Nokia 3210 out, mate. Do you know what I mean? You know those ones, didn't it? You know it's been a long time, brother, and even that wasn't legal. Do you know what I mean? So the thing is about with Tottenham and everything that, right? I discussed it so much show before, right? Tottenham have got a good 11, but nothing else. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. And you need to tap into the bench to at least get something going on in the league, man.
Yeah. You have to. You literally, if you want to win things and everything that, right? There's elements at the end of the day that you have to have in your club. There's elements. The manager has to have the full backing of the players. Yeah. Two, at the end of the day, right? You need a deep squad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Tottenham ain't got a deep squad. You see how they're struggling now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When like people like was that Italian guy that was out when he was out. Bassoon was out and Romero was
The
out.
keeper, Vicario. No, Van de Ven. Is it Van de Ven?
Yeah, Van der Ven,
Back.
defender. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. That's their best player. When he was out and for that, it's just Tottenham no Oliver again. So yes, at the end of the day, sort of like you know what I mean. It's a Man United won yesterday, but I think at the end of the day that was a battle of the two inconsistent teams in the league.
Mid
You know what I mean?
odds.
It was a battle of two inconsistent team in the league and everything like that. And that's what you're gonna get from them. You're literally gonna get inconsistencies. You know what I mean? Because remember today they got us next week. You know, they come to Anfield next week. Do you know what I mean? And you know what happened?
Ooh, I know what happened last. I know what happened last season, mate. I know
Right,
what happened last season.
right. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of
Mm.
the day, right, it's not all plain sailing for them. Yes, at the end of the day, you beat a team at the end of the day yesterday, but that team at the end of the day, no disrespect to Chelsea, because Chelsea, I've got a Chelsea brethren in the day, and he was telling me the same thing. We're inconsistent. That's our problem. We are inconsistent, and we've got a bag of players at the day that don't really know what they're doing. Just don't know what
Well,
they're
they've
doing.
got quite a young squad as well. Chelsea got quite
Yeah,
a young squad as well, and not really in terms of experience. They've got Silva. Enzo's still a young buck as well. I know he won the World Cup, but do you know what I mean? That's not Premier League experience, is it? So
no.
Reece James, he's got experience.
But he's in and out of the squad, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's in and out of the
yeah.
squad.
The thing
He's not
is, yeah, the
just
thing is,
suspended.
yeah, the thing is with Chelsea though, yeah, is that although their philosophy before was to win, you know what I mean, win now, do you know what I mean? They're slightly changing that kind of culture at the club um, with Bowley. So I wouldn't even talk about Chelsea at this moment in time. It's more like what Manchester United are doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can they challenge for the top four? That's the big question that we
Mm.
need to ask each other in this panel.
I don't think so. Do you?
Anyway, but again, people doubted them last season, yeah. But you could just see
Mm.
they had a bad start to the season. But last season, towards the end, they just started winning games, yeah. And you can see where it took them last season. They still got top four, qualified for the Champions League, and mind you, they still won the Carabao Cup. You know, probably I would even take their season more than Arsenal. They won a trophy and they qualified for the Champions League. If
Tony,
it's me, I'll take that.
Tony, look at this, right? Look at this. Look what they're doing in the Champions League. They're bottom of the table.
Mhm.
They're not, at this rate, they're not even going to qualify for the Europa Cup.
Europa. Yeah, I
You know what I
don't
mean?
think they would want to qualify for that either because
Exactly.
they're meeting you guys, isn't it? So
It's just what I'm trying to say, and it's just all that, and they what all that. What was it for? It was for nothing,
Hmm. Just
because
for nothing, right?
you're flopping in the league and you're flopping in the Europa Cup in the day, not Europa Cup, sorry, the Champions League. I remember that day, that man was running them out and saying batting Liverpool and that Liverpool was in the Europa Cup, and the Liverpool
Hmm.
man was saying that we're going to do far more damage. We'll do far more damage in the Europa Cup than what you're going to do in the Champions League. You ain't gonna do it. And look what's
Hmm.
happening now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the next game, and this is what I'm saying today. Their next game at the day, right, is Bayern Munich in the Champions League. They're
Hmm.
not winning.
That's a big one.
Brother, they're not winning that, fam. Listen, they are not winning that. Do you know what I mean? So with that now, they're out the Champions League. You might as well say it, and they are out the Champions League, and for that. You know
Hmm.
what
well, it depends on the other two teams as well. Any of those Galatasaray or what is the other team? Is it Copenhagen?
I
If any of
Copenhagen.
those team wins,
Copenhagen,
any of
yeah.
those team wins, then Man United are out anyway. So
Yeah, exactly. But again, Copenhagen is a very, very difficult team to beat.
I
They will
mean,
they will be facing Galatasaray actually, and Galatasaray they're not sleeping, man. Those guys can ball.
check this out,
yeah,
but check this out, Tony. Right? Imagine getting beaten by Copenhagen. I'm not
Oof.
being funny. I'm not being funny, right? And I stand by this in the day, right? If
Mm,
you're a serious team like Man United, because Man United is a serious team. Come on now. You know what I mean? They've won shit, they've done stuff, and they've got heritage and stuff. They
mm,
are a serious team. You know what I mean?
mm.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well known team.
yeah.
If you're a team like that, you don't get beaten by Copenhagen. You do
Mm,
not get beaten by Copenhagen. You know what I mean? And what you do in the thing that Galatasaray, what you do in the thing that, yeah? With Galatasaray, you beat Galatasaray at home, yeah?
mm, mm.
And then when you go out to them and everything that, right, you can get a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You beat Copenhagen back to back. Yeah.
Hmm.
When Bayern Munich come to when you go out to Bayern Munich, yeah, you try and get a draw. But if you can't get a draw and you have to take a loss, you take a loss. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
When they come to you now at Old Trafford, right, you should be getting a draw. Yeah.
Mm,
Those
mm,
results at the day that I just put out there, that gets you into the
Yeah,
next round of the Champions League. You
definitely,
understand?
definitely. I get that. I get that, man. I get that, man. But again, so see, yeah, apps. Does Manchester United make top four for you this season with the way they're
Nah,
moving?
not nah. I just think Newcastle and Villa just pose a different threat, especially
Different track.
Newcastle. Yeah, my top four at this moment doesn't matter order. It will be City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and possibly Newcastle. Um, I can't see Man United making it this season for some
Okay.
reason. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, Rod, just before we go into what happened yesterday, does Man? It's simple question, yes or no? Does Manchester United see? Are they going to get top four this season?
I'll keep
Are
it
they
simple.
sneaking into top four?
I'll
No.
keep it simple.
Good.
No.
Good. We'll enter into the next topic. See, how have the mighty fallen? Yeah, we get into this Aston Villa Manchester City matchup, man. What the hell happened there yesterday, man? Rod, can you believe it? What happened yesterday? Leon Bailey bailing Arsenal out, bailing Liverpool
A
out.
Jamaican come from in a
I
Jamaican.
know, I know, I know.
You listen, he's a Clarendonian, from Clarendon, some bad
Oh,
blood,
okay.
Bro, bro,
Oh,
what
He's from
the hell
Clarendon.
happened yesterday?
He's from
Rod,
Clarendon, but
just take us through what you thought about that yesterday's matchup, yeah? See, it's City's head in this championship this season, man. They're looking poor. Three draws, yeah? Maybe against fairly difficult teams. You can argue that in some quarters against Tottenham Hotspurs. These are somehow, serious teams this season, yeah. Chelsea Football Club, Chelsea have taken points from big teams this season. They've
yeah,
taken points away from Tottenham Hotspurs, I think. They've taken no, not Tottenham Hotspurs. They took away points from Arsenal. I think we drew with them actually.
we
They've
do with
played with someone else, Liverpool. They
yeah,
took
Drew.
points away from Liverpool. So, they drew with Liverpool also. So Chelsea, in a way, kind of this season, they've taken points away from big teams. But see, Manchester City, three draws, one loss in four games. How did you see that game yesterday? Aston Villa beating Manchester City yesterday.
Well, after I watched my Liverpool game. After I watched that, I watched the rest of the Aston Villa game because they kicked off later, didn't they? So I had
Mm,
about like half an hour that I can watch. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'll be honest at the day, right? Aston Villa deserved it. They deserved it. Deserved the points, and really and truly, they should have got more goals. Listen, brother, I phoned my brother. I said, "Look, my brother." I goes, "Yo, Aston Villa are all over Man City. It was all over them. It,
oof,
it was it was attack upon attack upon attack. There
on
was
attack, man.
certain times in the day, right, that Man City could not get out their area. They could not get out their box. Do you know what I mean? What they would do, they get the ball and fit that right, and they loft it and fit that, and next minute the ball come back to them. Yeah.
Mm,
Liam Bailey and they right. I always thought
mm,
he was a good player from when he was in playing in Belgium. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He's in Belgium and that. Do you know what I mean? Before he went to
mm,
Germany, come over here. Good player. Good
mm,
player. And he was all over him. He's literally picking up the ball and just running at him. You know what I
yeah,
mean? As with most of
exactly.
them. Now, what it is at the day, the thing is with Man City in the day, right? Yeah. In the transfer window, they lost Gundogan. Gundogan went to
Mm,
Barcelona. And
definitely.
Mahrez went to
Mares
Saudi.
also left too.
Yeah, he went to Saudi Arabia. Then you got KDB's out for
Mm,
I don't know when he's coming back. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Richard, KDB at the end of the day is your link man. He's your
Mm,
link man. He'll link everything together. You understand what I'm saying?
Doku is also injured.
Doko's injured. Grealish was suspended.
Yeah,
Rodri was
Rodri suspended.
yeah, he was suspended as well. So what it is at the day now at the day, what you're seeing at the day, your back's against the wall. So now what it is at the day, right? What can you do now, Pep? You're seeing what you can do
Mm,
because you know something and fitting that right. And this is why I always make the comparison of fitting that right. and some people might think I'm going to the top. This is why, and I think sort of like Klopp is a better manager than Pep, because what it is, when Klopp at the day is back against the wall, when and he hasn't got the players that he wants and everything wants, either to availability or whatever at the day, right? Yeah,
Mm,
he makes it work, and he can more or less go and get that result. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
yeah,
Man City
yeah.
and then when they lose these players and everything that, right, you find out and everything that, right, you find out more about them. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Now,
mm,
if you get a chance at the day to go back and watch that game yesterday, like the whole game and everything that, you will say it and day sort of like, you know what, and then day, Aston Villa deserved it and some. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
That's what I'm
mm.
saying. And no disrespect to you guys in there, right? When you guys go to Villa this weekend, you're not going to find it easy. I'm not
See,
saying.
that'll be
I'm not saying.
that. Of course, that'll be the next topic, Rod. Yeah, that'll be the next topic. But Abs, please chime in into this one. Yeah, do you think that game yesterday against Aston Villa, was it more of Manchester City losing the game due to what they didn't have in terms of their resources? Come on, man. See, they lost Rodrigo. Let's be very frank. In the middle of the park, we also miss out on games too when we have, you know. Setting players off, in terms of injury. They did have Rodri out of that game. They did have Grealish out of that game. Doku too, who has been amazing this season for them, out of that game too. Was it more of Aston Villa kind of like, taking advantage, of those losses? Or do you think Aston Villa is just simply a team shooting sky high, which is evidential in the position they're
Yeah,
in the Premiership right now in top four. What do you think?
Yeah, no. Aston Villa's record at home is very impressive. What they won last 13, 14
14
games at
wins,
home,
14
14
wins
wins at
at a
home.
trot.
What I would say
At
is
home.
any team that loses like a Rodri or Rice or I don't know, who's the other guy for Salah, or one of those type of players, yeah, in their team, yeah, it's gonna suffer.
Mm,
And Man City are no different. I know they're like 3P winners and stuff, yeah, but without certain players in their team, they are going to suffer. And remember, they sold Mahrez and Gundogan as well, who are like clutch players that can come on and change a game
true.
at
yeah.
any time of the game. Especially Gundogan, yeah, he's like he comes on, he score a goal, and then lifts the team. Their midfield consisted yesterday of Akanji and Stones, who've just come back from injury, literally.
Mm,
So you know they haven't got their momentum. They haven't got that momentum, and they haven't got those guys that can come into the team and just, um, just lead the team to victory. But let's not mistake Villa. Villa took full advantage of that. And you know what? This
mm.
is what teams need to be doing. You don't need to sit back and do the low block against City all the time.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know what?
yeah.
Show you're not fearless, yeah, because
Mm.
teams come to play Arsenal, yeah, and some sit back, but you know what? When they smell blood, they come at us.
Yeah,
They
Look at
come at us.
Luton
Yeah,
the other day.
exactly.
They come at
Mm,
us. So do the same
mm,
with City, innit? Liverpool had
mm.
the same as well with Fulham. Even yesterday's game with Sheffield United, which we're probably going to touch on later, they had a
Yeah,
few.
definitely.
They had a few good chances, but they just didn't have the quality. So
yeah, man.
it's this is the Premier League. No game really. There's no entitlement.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
shouldn't be entitled to win
No
every single
entitlement
game.
this season.
No, man. No,
No, it's true,
that's
and that's
fact.
what I think. And that's
Facts.
what I think. City sometimes go into games with that
Yeah,
mentality that we're gonna beat everyone. Do you know what I mean? You're scared of us. We're gonna win, and
Mm,
90% of the time that happens. But this season's different. I'm telling everyone, this season's gonna be different. I don't want to hear about in January or February when we do this, when we do that. I'm not hearing it this season. Yeah,
mm.
yeah. We're
there's
doing
certain
now.
players you haven't got anymore. That's
But
changed.
again, but
Can I
again,
just,
do you, do you,
just
but
say
again,
something?
do you think City would tap into the January transfer window and go bring in replacement? But replacements for who?
For
Yeah, but
who?
you know what it is? It's such a quality. What it is, and
Honestly.
you're saying that day is 100% facts, 100% facts. Yeah, right. And I just want to put this at the day, to you guys. Do you think at the day that's what's going to make the league at the day really exciting this season? To the fact at the day, right, is that nobody's entitled to f all. You got to go out there
Mm,
and do it. Do you know what I mean? Because
mm,
as I said,
yeah.
right. You're right. What you said. Fulham gave us a game. Yeah. Even Sheffield United gave us a game. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm,
Right.
mm.
And what impressed me about sort of like Villa yesterday is that they went out and they gave Man City a game. They said, "Look, I don't care what
Yeah,
you got or what you ain't got.
exactly.
You're at
Yeah,
Villa Park now. You're at Villa Park now.
exactly.
We're going to show you what's
Exactly.
going on." So, do you guys thinking that that's what's going to make the league exciting this season?
Bro, definitely, man. See, Aston Villa have somehow, yeah, they've transformed that Villa Park into a certain sort of fortress this season. Can you believe it? In 14 games, they've not lost in on that ground. Unai Emery, who I think is a very, very good coach. Personally, I do think he's better than Mikel Arteta. I know people will eat me alive for saying that, but I really do think that this manager is a very, very experienced manager. I do feel that Arsenal jumped the gun when we sacked him. See, just look at how that guy has transformed Aston Villa in
Mm,
less than a year. Let that sink in. In less than a year,
mm,
and that's my respect for this kind of coaches. Yeah, mind you, in that team he doesn't really have shooters in that team. Let's even talk about it. How many shooters does he have in that team? Ole Watkins just started hitting top form. Douglas Lewis has improved, mind you, as he came down, but Douglas Lewis was a moderate player last season, but he has completely turned him
beginning.
around and changed this guy and how he plays. He brought in Pau Torres from Villarreal. Mind you, Pau Torres was playing with him. Look at how Pau Torres has taken this league by storm. See,
He's a
it
good player, you
doesn't
know.
take. It's a good play.
He's a
Look at
good.
how he's playing.
Listen. I'm
Great,
telling you,
great player.
bare clubs over Europe and everything. That bare clubs over Europe was after Pau Torres. Bare clubs, I'm telling you.
Mm,
And even a
mm,
couple of clubs at the day in the Premiership was after Pau Torres. I know that we was looking at him closely as well. Man United was looking
mm.
at him. He's a brilliant defender. He
He's a baller. And mind you, of course, he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot plus.
yeah
He's a little bit bulky. He's this kind of guy that if a striker is coming around, you're meeting a truck. See, the first thing is arrange your defense. That's what Unai Emery has done. That guy has built what I call a big structure in that team. And
yeah
again, he's brought that fear factor back to Villa Park. And that's what it's gonna see. Yeah, when some certain teams, yeah, see what you just said, Rods. Yeah, it's a very, very big thing. Yeah, when some certain teams actually change, their ground into a fortress, you can somehow, it's going to be interesting in the last lap of the league because that when some certain teams, like maybe a team that that maybe on a normal day will beat Aston Villa. Normally, let's just say maybe you're Newcastle, yeah, they're fighting for a top four position, and they are in that position with maybe Aston Villa, and then they're going to Villa Park, and then that Villa Park, it's a fortress.
yeah.
You can't just say, "Hey, Newcastle is gonna beat this guys." Hey, Arsenal is gonna go to Villa Park and beat this guys.
Mm,
It's gonna be interesting. There is that fear factor back, mostly when you have 14 unbeaten games in
yeah.
Villa Park.
Yeah.
That's a big, big fit. See, if I were you, Rod, I would be afraid going down there to Villa Park. Have
And
you
look,
gone to Villa Park this season?
I am. I'm no Tony. Tony. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Right. I'm not
Mm.
looking forward to going to Villa Park next season. I'm
No
not. No,
one is.
the way they're playing now, at the end of the day, right? The way that Villa are playing at home now, right? They can give any team in this league trouble. They can give any team,
Trouble.
right? Because and you know what it is? Once they smell blood, they're on you like white on
They're
rice.
on you. They're on you, definitely. See,
I'm not
on
looking.
that note, yeah, Abs, open up this one, yeah. Can of worms, yeah. Saturday, Arsenal goes to Villa Park. See, you saw what they did to the champions, limited the champions on all cylinders. The champions actually went there with a, sort of like a cool team, yeah. Come on, man. When you have Alvarez in your team, young Rico Lewis, he's not just young. That guy's won the Champions League. Is a fighter, is a shooter. When you do have Foden in your team, when you do have the most scariest player on planet Earth right now, which is Erling Haaland, a row beast, yeah, in front of goal, who could actually score nearly up to 60 goals for you in a season. See, this guy's limited them to a totally average XG yesterday. Yeah, they couldn't score any goal yesterday. And see, Arsenal goes to Villa Park tomorrow. How confident are you as an Arsenal fan? How confident are you, Abs, going into that game against Aston Villa in Villa Park? See, they're priming for that 15 game unbeaten, man. What do you think?
For me, going to Villa is really a case of not losing. Like last season, Martinelli when he scored that winner last minute
But with the
counter
mighty
attack.
Arsenal, man. With the mighty Arsenal, bruv.
Um, doesn't matter. Because we're the
Look at
mighty
Rod's
Arsenal
face.
doesn't mean that I have to be like, oh, we're beating you tomorrow. You know, I'm confident, but quietly confident. Um, there's, you know, as I said before, styles make fights, isn't it? What City went through, maybe we're probably going to have a completely different game, completely different mindset against Villa. Remember, Villa are playing the top of the league team as well. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like Villa don't know our strengths as well. Yeah, we've got Saka, we've got Jesus, and we've got Martinelli. You know, and they're starting to get their rhythm a little bit. Um,
Mm,
remember, we're resolute. Well, I'm saying we're resolute in defence, but that didn't show against Luton.
yeah,
The thing with Villa is they can play two games against us. They can play the physical. We're going to stop you from playing, fouling us every few minutes, which they usually do.
mm,
Um, or they can just play, you know, and just put us under pressure and just do the counter attacking, you know, stuff. But last season, they were
yeah,
doing the bully thing. You know, let's kick Saka, let's kick Martinelli, let's just
yeah.
stop their play. Yeah, let's just stop them from playing. Let's just hit them on the set pieces. So
Mm.
it's going to be a very interesting game. It's on Saturday, isn't it? I believe. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
on
Saturday game.
Saturday, man, in the
Yeah,
evening, man. Mm,
this will be a very interesting game, especially with the Villa crowd as well. It'll be a very interesting game. The thing
mm,
is, we've got a lot more experience from last season, and our boys will go into that game, yeah, because we was the last team to beat them at their ground. So I think
yeah.
they go in there with a lot of confidence, yeah, that we can go in there and get the 3 points. This isn't the same. I don't think this is the same Arsenal as last season. Yeah,
Mm,
there's a lot more to us, a lot more grit to us than people
yeah.
think. So yeah, I'm quietly confident we can beat them. I don't think it'd be a high scoring game, but
Mm,
as well, it's battle of the wits in it between Emery
yeah.
and Arteta, isn't
Mikel
it? I
Arteta.
suppose.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See, Rod, see, before you go into that Aston Villa, Arsenal stuff going on in the weekend on Saturday, see, I just want to bring you, up to speed with what happened with Arsenal, yeah, just on Tuesday. We played against Luton, yeah. Bro, those guys were very, very physical with Arsenal. A physical game, man. Big brute. These guys, yeah, I
Brutal.
totally didn't.
I said brutal there.
Yeah, 4-3. Arsenal came back 4-3. No, I'm serious, man. Those guys are brutes. Arsenal came back 4-3 in that game. But see, part of our fan base are saying if we continue, with that kind of, we're not gonna win the league this season. In fact, yeah, that Aston Villa is gonna smash us up if we play the same way we played against Luton. But see, this is the bigger picture. Liverpool, yeah, couldn't win against Luton this season. I hope you know that, Rod. Rod, are you with me?
I was there. I was there.
The, okay, you were there. Yeah,
I was
Liverpool
there.
couldn't get a win against Luton. Nancy, yeah, just a week ago, yeah, Liverpool played at Anfield. Yeah, Fulham was nearly winning that game. They came back. They won 4 goals to 3. And what we heard in the media was, "Oh, that's what Premiership teams, that are gonna win the league are made of. That's champions." But when Arsenal comes back, yeah, against Luton, who was clearly physical, it's oh no, they're just chickens. We'll lose the title anyway. Uh, Delve into that politics, yeah, and weigh it for us, and just come up with something.
Uh, I saw the game. I saw the game the other day, and it could be conceived that people are saying that you don't win titles of that because sometimes at the you're not able to outscore the other team. Do you know what I mean? So it's better at the day to either A, you know what I mean, play ugly and win the game. B, and then they get the game wrapped up from earlier. Do you know what I mean? And not to concede too many goals. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
they're probably saying that. They're probably saying that about Liverpool because the season that we won it, there was a couple of games that we was actually sort of like down, other teams wouldn't win it, and we came back and sort of like won it. And then you look at the Champions League in the day when we was 3-0 down for like the first leg, and we come back and won it 4-0. So they probably put that on Liverpool and because they know that then we do the comeback. You know what I mean? Not so much as Arsenal. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
not saying
yeah,
that they can't win the league. You know what I mean? Because I can't say that because we're in December now, and they can very well kick on and win the league, or they can very well go and not win the league. You know what I mean? So you have to remain to be seen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because sort of like probably Arsenal
yeah,
that I can't remember. They might have because Arsenal probably hasn't done that scenario before, where they're sort of like they've been down in games, come back and actually won a title, or actually come back and sort of like won cups and this and that. Because even when at that time and day, when you won the cup, not the cup, when you lot won the league, then time
yeah,
there with Silver and Wilton and all them thing there, you lot was ahead. You know what I mean? And it's not very often that you have to come back. You know what I mean? You just brushed it. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Even in the Invincible season, you
mm,
brushed it. Do you understand what I'm getting at? So because I don't think at the day sort of like Arsenal has actually done that. Now, saying that now, the mere fact that you can do that, yeah, does make
yeah,
you tough. It does make you title contenders. It does put because you're top of the league. It does make you that in the contender team. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Because yes, at the day, like Luton
yeah,
at the day,
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like
So it
Luton
does put us in
are,
the conversation for the title, right?
huh?
Does it put us in the conversation for the title? Do you
Of
think
course it does.
Arsenal? Do you think we can say Arsenal are in that conversation for the title, despite the injuries, despite us conceding goals from teams like Luton? Like, are we in that conversation?
Of course you are. Of course you are. Of course you
Okay.
are in the competition. Because the thing is about is this. All right, we played a game yesterday, yeah, and like
Mm,
Sheffield United had their chances and stuff like that. And like a lot of people and they was probably they were saying that no, Liverpool didn't play well and this and that because what they was expecting and they were expecting and
mm,
they Liverpool to batter Sheffield United to batter them like 4 or 5-0. That didn't happen.
mm.
However, what
Yeah,
did happen, yeah, was we got the 3 points and we kept a clean sheet. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? So then
yeah,
at the day, what you do then at the day,
yeah,
you take
yeah,
you take something from that. Do you know what I mean? That we was able to do that. Like you're in a title race,
yeah,
we're in a title race. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not too sure about Man
yeah.
City. I'm not too sure about Man City because like even if Man City go out and sort of
That's
like
a big. That's a big call, man.
I'm,
That's a big call, man. They can,
I'm
they
not saying
can go. See, City is that kind of team. In the next year, they can go 16 unbeaten. They can do it.
yeah,
We'll see it happen.
but you can do that as well. You can do that. We can do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not impossible and day for like Arsenal not to do that. It's not impossible for Liverpool not to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's probably not impossible for Aston Villa not to do that
Yeah,
the way they're playing now. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean?
the
So
way they're playing now.
what I'm trying to say is that they would with Man City and they, right? Yeah. Even if they go out and buy players in the January transfer window, that is not a given. Do you know what I mean, Tone and Abs? It's not a given. Do you know what I mean? Because these players that they go out and buy, They've still got a
Yeah, yeah,
gel in the
yeah.
team. You feel me? You know, so it's not really given it. I just think at the end of the day, what it is at the end of the day, right? With Man City, they've lost too many important players. Too many important players at the end of the day that can
Mm,
make a difference to Man City. Because you remember, if you remember at the end of the day, right, what they do at the end of the day, what Man City do, right, with Gundogan. Yeah, this is what they used to do with Gundogan. The first half of the season at the day, right, you'll hardly see him. You see him in the odd game and this and that, right? You see the second half of the season, can't stop seeing Gundogan and everything that, right? And he's getting the
Every game, yeah,
goal,
every game.
goals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same with like if you look at Mahrez at the day, the way they used to play Mahrez at the day, they used to come on. He's come on as a secret weapon. Do you know what I mean? Right. Now these are components at the day that they haven't got now. And who did they go out and buy? Kovacic. Never really rated Kovacic, even when he's with Chelsea. They haven't got the components of what they did last season. So do I think at the day they can do the same thing at the day, sort of like as they did last season and win the league? You know what I mean? I don't, but they could do it.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? But
mm,
Arsenal's in the tight
mm.
race because
Yeah,
Arsenal, you got to look at this, right? Arsenal at the end of the day,
yeah.
at the top of the league, at the end of the day, on merit. Whether they kick on and win the league and everything that, right?
It's a different argument.
But you're on the top of the league on merit, and nobody can argue with that.
See, I think all this talk of title is just, premature. To be
Mm,
honest, man, we're
mm,
we're we're, we're in December, man. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? It's like January and February. Those are like games that you need to kick on. So you know, the 3, 4 teams at the top could drop points easily.
Yes.
Our Man City having their blip now, and they're gonna go on like a, what I mean, 5, 6 game win. Throughout the Christmas period. Is Arsenal gonna come
Mm.
unstuck at Villa and then go on a downturn from there? Who knows? No one knows. But
Mm.
all it's about at this period of time is just winning games, and if it's winning games ugly, then so be it. I don't really care about performances at the moment. Yeah, the sustainability question could be presented. Oh, do you know what? You won last minute and blah blah. I don't care. Yeah,
You
if you're
won.
winning, if
mm.
you're winning, and those you're getting those 3 points, that's the most important thing at this moment.
Facts. Facts. I always tell people this.
Mm.
Don't watch
Fact,
the performance.
fact.
Don't watch the performance, yeah. Watch the result. Is the result that counts. If you walking out of there with 3 points at the day, yeah, right? That's what counts. I don't care how listen,
Mm,
I don't care
yeah.
how people play, right? I don't care how people play. What I care about at the end of the day, right, is what we get out of the game. And it's 3 points. That's facts, abs. Facts.
And the 3 points. Yeah. See, before we move to Liverpool, yeah. Both of you, so anyone can this together. Yeah. Look into this midfield: Tielemans, Douglas Lewis, Kamara, McGinn, uh, Watkins. Yeah, and Bailey. What is so special about that team? Why are these guys firing on all cylinders
I'll let Abs take that.
in the team?
Let Abs take that. I'll let Abs take
Well, they've got a manager that believes in them. Their fans believe in them. They're confident at the moment. They go into games with a strong belief that they can win games. The thing, this is the thing though. Yeah, Villa are having one of them seasons. There's always one team that breaks that little stigma of, oh, we're going to be doing these big things. And I predicted at the start of the season, yeah, that Villa are going to be the team. There's one of my streams. I'm going to say that Villa, watch out for Villa because they could be the team. However, Villa can drop off just like that. Yeah,
Mm.
they're having a great time now, but you know what? Their away form might go down the drain. They might start struggling. They might hit a few injuries and stuff like that, suspensions and all that kind of stuff as well. Yes, I'll big them up for the moment, yeah, but can they stay with the big boys? That's the big question. They've
Yes.
got a good manager in Emery, but Emery's a cup man at the end of the day, isn't he? He's a Europa guy as well. How are they going to sustain the Europa Cup league, what they're in as well, and be able to play Premier League games as well? That argument could also be put back to us as well. But these are the questions that we have to ask each other, isn't it? You know, we have to ask each other.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, it ain't.
Yeah. How about you, Rod? What's so special about this Aston Villa team?
It's,
McGinn, the element in the summer that they brought in Kamara. What's so special about Ole Watkins? He's been in this league. He hasn't been firing on all cylinders. The season he just picks up. What is it about Leon Bailey? Like, what is it about this Aston Villa team that just makes them that's putting them in this conversation already right now?
I think what it is with Emre and he's installed a belief in them. Do you know what I mean? And that's the
Mm,
most
mm,
important thing today that you need as when you're bringing a manager today that can sort of like manage the players and install some belief in them. Do you know what I mean? Ollie Watkins at the day sort of like he was when he was under the other coach and I think that
yeah,
your Brentford coach, yeah, right, because that's who brought him in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah,
was playing all right. He was
mm,
playing all right
mm,
and stuff,
mm,
but he wasn't consistent. Then Steven Gerrard come in and come in, and it was a bit more of the same thing. He was all right at the end of the day, but he wasn't consistent with his performance. What's actually happened now, and I think that is like Emre's come in, and Emre and they've installed a certain amount of belief in him. You know what I mean? Changed his game in a day. You know what I mean? And said, "Yeah, man, you can do this." And
yeah,
he believes in sort of like he believes in Ollie Watkins, and Ollie Watkins believes in him. You know what I mean? You need that kind of
yeah,
thing when you're building a team. That's why probably at the day when you look at sort of like Arsenal, that's why Arsenal more or less they playing good games. You know what I mean? It's because at the day, right? Is he believes in the players and the players believe in him. You have to have that. And and it goes back to what I'm saying at the day with Man United. You know what I mean? I don't think at the day sort of like that Ten Hag at the day, right, believes in some of the players. Do you know what I mean? Because it's been seen, right? Yeah. I don't think some of the players at the day believe in him. So you're gonna get sort of like a mediocre performance at now and again. Do you know what I mean? But you have to have a certain amount of belief in him.
mm,
And
yeah,
he's literally at the day sort of like got them sort of like playing at sort of like at a higher tempo than what they were playing before. Do you know what I mean? Because you look at Liam Bailey, and then Liam Bailey was not doing as much running a day as he's doing now at the day under Una Embre. You know what I mean? He's just running at his friendness. McGinn at the
yeah,
game, another one. McGinn at the day, he's scoring more goals now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he's scoring more goals now.
mm,
He's no longer
mm, mm,
this person and they that will sort of like can give you like good performances and mediocre performances. Most of his performances now are probably like no lower than an 8. Do you know what I mean? The way he plays. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just installing that
yeah,
belief, that right, and
yeah,
a system and say, look, you guys, you can do this. You're not a joke. You can do this and that,
mm,
and that's what we've done. That's what we've done.
yeah, exactly. See, let's look into that Liverpool game, man. Liverpool beating Sheffield United from that apps. I'll start with you, man. And see, 2 points, yeah, behind Arsenal. What's the conversation right now? Are we waiting for Liverpool to gazum this league?
Well, if any team that's going to be up there is going to be Liverpool. They're a different beast, different animal, and they've been there and done it before. So, they know what's expected. They've got probably the second best manager in the world,
Yeah,
arguably. Um, they've got they've got great players. They don't give up. They fight to the end, and they're scoring goals. And what more do you want from a team? I always, like when you watch Liverpool, sometimes you always think to yourself, they're gonna beat this team. They could be like 3-0 down. They could be like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. 100 injuries, but they will find a way to win. And
Yeah.
even though Sheffield United, I watched some of the game, not watch all of it. I watched, Sheffield United had a few counter attacks, where they left like some of their defense. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
the shot wasn't there. The only issue or the only problem I think they may have is with Keller in goal. But he actually done all right yesterday. He made a couple of good saves yesterday. Um, but yeah, Liverpool are cooking at the moment, man. There's not many teams that I can see them actually losing to. Even us, when we go to the Anfield, we know what time it is. Yeah, it's difficult going to Anfield. You know that as well. Yeah, so they can beat anyone
Trust
at at Anfield. And remember, United's got to go there. Do you know
at
what I mean?
any time. Yeah.
The only team is think about this year. I think Liverpool will be sitting top now if that controversial thing didn't happen at Spurs ground. Yeah,
Mm,
they'll
mm,
probably be top. They'll be top, probably top of the
Exactly.
league now.
mm, mm.
So
Mm.
and yeah, Liverpool are scary, man. They're a scary team. So, but
They're
yeah,
scary, man.
I
And their
thought,
midfielders
I
is
thought
scoring
Liverpool.
goals. Not even the
Yeah,
strikers. Midfielders
yeah.
is scoring goals.
Trent
Defenders
is
are
cooking
scoring
as well.
spiritual goals.
Trent is just like showing his class. You know what I
Superhuman
mean?
goals being scored.
Definitely, just brilliant. They just
Mm.
got all good all rounders, and their squads. I say their squad is not great, but there's players that can come in and could do a job. When you've got
Mm.
players that can come in
Mm.
and do a job, yeah, then that's all right. Maybe they
Exactly.
need to go into the January window. I don't know what they need. Probably a DM or a centre back. I don't know, but they're doing all right to
But
me,
they
man.
but but
Endo,
they got Endo. They got Endo there. I'm not saying it's
yeah.
good enough, but they have Endo down there. They still have
Mm.
players who could still play around in that DM slot. I don't know, but Anfield Rod, what do you think, man? Take it up.
You know something. I just have to say, 100% of what Abs has talked about tonight. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Not even like my team, but other teams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I haven't disagreed. I can't disagree on anything that he says tonight. I mean, can't disagree on anything he says tonight. Do you know what I mean? It's just now, man. He just
Yeah,
hit.
man.
For real. No,
He
real
knows his
talk.
football.
No. That's what I'm saying. Real talk, man. Fair is fair. He literally and they hits the nail on the head and for that. And it's hard to even dispute anything that he says because it's fact. Do you understand what I'm saying? But so like you know what? At the end of the day, right? It's
Mm.
this. At the end of the day, right? In the title charge at the end of the day, right? Or like winning a title and think that I'm like
Mm.
this. Yeah. I'm a bit like Abs and think that right. It's too early to say who's gonna win it, who's not gonna win it in the day because anything can happen between that now and May. Anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? We can drop points. You guys can drop points, and City can go forward, or this or that, and everything that, or even bloody Newcastle could win it. Do you know what I mean? It's them kind of scenarios that
Mm.
that could happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the way that we're playing now
Yeah.
at this stage, yeah, with the results that we're getting, is in comparison to last season, it's 100 times better. Do you know what I'm saying? We're now keeping the ball and not
Yeah.
losing so much and everything that we're scoring goals. Do you know what I mean? When we need, as you said the day, if it wasn't for that controversial day stuff that happened down in Spurs, yeah, right, we would probably be top of the league now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Unbeatable as well.
Yeah, that's
Unbeaten.
Exactly.
do you know what I mean? So like, but it is what it is. You know what I mean, right? I just feel it in day. So I just feel it in day.
Yeah.
This if Liverpool and Arsenal at the end of the day, right, play at the end of the day,
Mm.
right, like at the end of the day they should. Number one, it's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be very exciting. Trust me, yeah.
Mm.
And number two, in the thing that we run away with it. We put that gap between us and other teams and everything that, and then in what we
Yeah.
do today, we Liverpool and Arsenal battling at the day to sort of like to win the league. You understand what I'm saying? Because Arsenal,
Yeah.
with the team that they've got, they're capable of winning the league. Liverpool, with the team they've got,
Mm.
they could win the league in the end. Because
They know they've got the know-how. They've got the know-how.
yeah,
Liverpool got the know-how.
They got the know-how. Yeah.
know how, and having people and they that can come in and they and do a job like Gerald Kwanzaa. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was he was playing. He was on loan to Bristol City. You know what I mean? Last season, coming to the
Yeah.
coming to the pre-season and day, right? Cops looked at him and said, "Yo, this guy can do a job." Now he's getting games and then they first team
Mm,
games. You know what I mean? So it's the
mm,
ability and
mm,
then they to bring up people from the academy and they and say, right, you know what, this is the next level that you need to aspire to. You likes of sort
mm.
of like Curtis Jones. You likes of Trent. When they Trent being 25 years old before the age of 24, he won everything. Do you know what I mean? It's just all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think, I honestly think at the end of the day, right? See, I'm like this at the end of the day, right? I don't care how we play, as long as we get the result. You know what I mean? That's it. Because at the end,
Exactly.
when you sort of like when you're going for titles, yeah, in a season, when you're going for titles, right, yeah, there's games at the day, right? There's probably about a whole lot of games at the day. You just have to play ugly, and you literally just have to go there, get the result, and get the hell out.
And get the hell out. Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
And I think what it wasn't there. I remember many years ago, this is what I was saying about Arsenal that day that was kind of stopping them from winning the league because they didn't know how to go and play at certain places in there and play ugly and just get the result and go.
Or it can be pretty football ticky-tacky all the time.
Yeah,
Tiki taki. Yeah, exactly, man.
yeah, everything had to be it's pretty and everything. And sometimes it's not all about that. It's all about getting that damn result and getting
Having
home.
a plan B as well.
Getting out of there.
That
Yeah,
plan
yeah.
B.
I totally agree.
Because at the end of the day, you know what is it? When you go to certain teams, we go and play certain teams up north at the end of the day, right? Right? The space you get down south, you're not getting them up the north. You know what I mean? They're not giving
Oh, you get impressed,
the
especially
condition.
Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. The condition of the pitch at the end of the day may not be up to scratching it, but you just got to get in there, get what you need. Listen, at the day, don't watch no face. We're a boss kiss. You understand? Do your thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're not a boss kiss. We're a boss kiss in the dog. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to do. And I think what it is with Arsenal, they're starting to learn that now. They're starting to learn that now. It's not about.
But again, I don't think we have the players to do it. I don't think we have the resources. We have to tap into that January transfer window. Go bring in a striker and a midfielder. I think Liverpool have what they need to
No. You
face
got
this
the resources.
title challenge. We
No,
don't have everything. I don't agree to that.
no. You got the resources because like you got a good midfield. Declan Rice. You got Ferreira. You got
Mm.
You got like now Ferreira's a good little player. You know what I mean? And you got what's it? You got what's that guy name? The German name, German guy, Kai Havertz. Kai
Shy
Havertz.
Havertz.
Yeah, he started to come to form.
It's starting to.
Right,
I get that. I get that.
you got that guy.
But we still need a striker. We still need a striker.
That's why
We
you
still
got
need
that
a
guy.
defender. We
Who's
still
that
need a
Belgian?
defender.
Who's the Belgian
We
guy?
still Trossard.
I'm Trossard.
This is a bad you know. Don't sleep
Yeah,
on
but
me.
we need
I
a gunman. We need an absolute gunman though. We need
But we
we
need a
need a killer
gunman.
kind of
We
goal.
need a gunman down
We
there,
need
man.
a killer
We need
man.
an
A
Ivan
proper
Tony.
killer.
We need an Ivan Tony. And mind you, Roger, if William Saliba drops as we speak right now, that's the end of Arsenal with this
Yeah.
conversation about title or
Mm.
anything. We need
No,
a
he's right. He's
replacement down
right.
there, man.
Yeah, Saliba gets
Let's not overblow
injured.
it. Even we Arsenal
You saw what
fans, we
happened
know
last season.
exactly what happened down there. We've learned our lesson, so we can't
Yeah.
be so overconfident about it. See, Arsenal fans, many Arsenal fans, they're not, see, they're not totally overjoyed or celebrating we're top of the league right now because they
Yeah,
know anything could happen. They
yeah,
know we don't have the
yeah.
resources. Liverpool have what it takes right now. When I will start talking is when Arsenal goes into the January transfer window and go bring in some smart recruits. Then I will be able to say,
Yeah.
okay,
What's your
this is how
ideal?
we can take it.
What's your What would you want? Yeah, ideally, and then they in a transfer window. What would you want?
A striker, a striker, number one, a striker. That's the number one thing.
I want
We need a
everything. I want
striker.
everything.
It- you want everything, right?
I want
Exactly.
an
But
eight as well. I actually want an eight
the
as well.
minimum,
Midfield, yeah.
the minimum, a striker and a midfielder. That's the minimum we need.
Because
Minimum,
you still got
minimum.
you still got thing in it. You still got
Timber to come back.
Timber.
Yeah,
He's good, you know. He's good, you
yeah, he's
know.
a good player.
No,
He's a
he's
player.
good, but we leave it. But again, he just came back from an
It's gonna
ACL
take
injury. He
time.
will be coming back from
Yeah,
an ACL injury.
Nah, but
ACL
listen,
injuries keep players for up to a year
no,
out.
listen,
So
yeah.
I'm not very sure he will be up to speed by January.
listen. You look at Virgil van Dijk, yeah, because he had the same injury as Tim.
Yeah, and look how long he was out for, and he didn't even come back like straight away.
Yeah,
It took him
what I'm trying
about
to
six,
say
seven
today,
It took
months.
him some time. Yeah,
yeah, what I'm trying to say is this: at the end of the day, what it's going to take at the end of the day, it took him time, and it's going to take you time. Yeah,
Mm,
right. But what I'm trying to say is that that's when you need certain players at the end of the day, right, to
to step
step
up.
up and then and do their thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because what actually
yeah,
happened with Van Dijk and everything that when obviously he's coming back and everything that he used to go and running and this and get his confidence back, yeah.
yeah,
What
yeah,
we had certain players around him in the day, right, that can help him and support him. Do you understand what I'm
mm,
getting at? And look,
yeah.
Mm.
what is we're ripping the bed with now. So what you probably need at the day is like when Tillman comes back, you're going to need players around him at the day, right, that can support him and help him sort of like adjust back into the game because you know what it
Into the
is.
game.
Timbers, Justin Timbers, yeah, he's a excellent
He's
defender.
a baller, but I don't
He,
still think it will be the same. He will need time to come in and
Yeah,
reintegrate
I'm not
into
even
the team.
thinking about this
We
season.
need a defender. We need a
It's a write off
defender.
this season. Yeah, we need a defender because
We need a defender.
Kivior's
I'm
right.
not totally sold on Zinchenko. That's a bigger problem
Or
also
Kivior
in
either.
terms of
Or
defense.
Kivior.
Or Kivior, and Kivior wants to leave because see he has a place to keep in the Polish national team. And again, he didn't look so good in that matchup against Luton, in it. So it's a big problem. We need a defender. We need a midfielder. We need a striker, potent striker. City have got a
Goalkeeper as well,
striker
please.
who could get 40 goals in a season, 50 goals. Arsenal deserve that. The third best team in the league should have a powering striker. We can't do it
Boniface,
with Gabriel Jesus and the rest of the lot. We can't. Big up, shout out to Arsenal history and more. He's also a big friend to our guest down here, Anfield Rods. Rods, he came to bless up your show. So and this
yeah,
guy he blesses up people's shows too. So
he's a great,
Arsenal history and more. He's a great human
he's
being,
a
great
great guy.
guy,
Listen,
great guy.
listen,
big
He
up,
helped
big
he
up.
helped develop my channel too, so I can say that
he's
he
a
helped
solid.
me put me in certain circles that helped me grow in this channel. So
Let
I
me ask you
shout out
two.
the Arsenal history and more. Big ups to you,
I
sir.
want to ask you. I want to ask you two a question quickly. Based on our keepers that we have at the moment, yeah.
Mm.
How confident are you with the goalkeepers? So I know with Ray, I'm not very confident at the moment. How do you feel about your Kellogg's? I call him Kellogg's. How do you feel about Kellogg's?
Yeah, that's
Keller. How do you feel about Keller?
Hold on, I'm still laughing.
Sorry, man. How do you feel about him though?
You know what it is? You know what it told you that? I said Kellogg. That
Keller. It's Keller, not Kellogg.
was funny. That was funny. No,
Sorry.
all joking aside, Kelleher is a sort of player at the end of the day,
Mm.
right? He has to have a run of games at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The season at the day when we was chasing the quad at the end of the day, right? He played a lot of the sort of like the League Cup and the FA
Yeah,
Cup, and played certain games in the Premiership and everything that, right? And when I looked at him and everything, right, what it was, he just got better and better and better.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? You have to
yeah,
give this guy a run of game to them. So I have got confidence in him. Do you know what I mean? Because like, listen, we had a game against the two cup finals where we played Chelsea in the day, right? And he held it up. Do you know what I mean? He held it up
yeah,
and he done well. But you see, it's hard when you got a number two at the end of the day, yeah. And to call him in at the end of the day, sort of like out of the cold and say, right, yeah, man, get going there and do your thing. It's gonna take a bit of time to adjust. Do you know what I mean? I know
yeah,
football's like riding a bike and everything like that, but you do need to sort of like. There's a term that that I always go by. You need to get match fit. You know what I
mm,
mean? Match fit and stuff.
mm,
So I have
Mm.
got confidence in him.
In that guy.
Yeah,
Abs, a big question for you down here. The assembled says, I think the Liverpool game will be won or lost on David Raya. If David Raya fails versus Villa and Reds, we must get a new goalkeeper in January. Has a team ever won with such poor goalkeeping play? See, because this is going to be the second to the last question because we have to go. See, Abs, simple one, yeah? We have Liverpool, yeah? 3 times in 6 weeks. That's how bad it is for Arsenal. We have
oh,
Brighton game coming up. We have West Ham game coming up. Serious games coming up there, and we need a goalkeeper who's in it 100. Are you confident in David Raya going into these games? Most of the games coming up against Brighton and Liverpool. This team, they do pepper the goalkeeper with lots of shots. Take it up from there, man, quickly.
Yeah, so this is a shout to here to there. It's a very good question, and the answer is simply no. I'm not confident with Raya. The watch along actually just it confirmed to me that I do not rate this goalkeeper. I gave him a chance. I wanted to give him chances, but that goal he let
Oh my
under
God.
him when he dived and it went under him, yeah. And the one as well where the guy headed Adebayor headed the ball and the guy has no command of his area, and that's the type I thought that was what we was getting with Raya. So I don't even know if he's that good. I don't even think he's better than Ramsdale, and this is the problem. Yeah, if this guy we've already invested our money in this player, yeah, and he just doesn't look like a good goalkeeper to me.
yeah.
And
He
Mikel
just
Arteta
doesn't.
have
I don't
signed
rate
him
him.
up. Mikel Arteta has actually signed him up for a
I
permanent
know,
deal already,
I know.
mid-season. Like I don't
He's
get it,
signed on a permanent.
Yeah,
bro. He has signed a permanent deal.
Let me tell you something as a neutral, as a rather fan, yeah, right? Ramsdale, yeah, Ramsey, sorry, it's Ramsey in it. It's Ramsey.
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale, sorry, Ramsdale. Please excuse me. Um, much better, 10 times better, 10 times better.
But is he though? Is he though?
I reckon he is. I reckon he is. I listen. You know what? I know his record coming from sort of like other clubs and this and that, right? But it's something he's changed since he played when he's played for Arsenal. He's changed. He's changed into a better goalkeeper, and
Let, let me
I
tell
do
you something.
rate him. I do. I literally do rate him. I know you don't might not rate him, but I rate him. Listen, there's certain players at the end of the day in the Arsenal squad at the end of the day that I rate, and he's one of them. I do rate, and I think what it is at the end of the day, right? When you got Ryan in there now, yeah, it's a drop off. I think it's a drop off because you're right. You check it now. The difference between Raya and Kelleher in the day, right? Raya has come from playing first team football for Wolves.
Mm.
He was their number one. You understand?
Brentford,
Brentford.
Brentford.
Oh, Brentford, sorry. Mum say sorry. Come from Brentford and he was number one. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Kelleher is not the number one. He's number two. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because Allison's like world class. Allison's clear.
yeah, he's
Allison.
fair.
This is. Can I just stop you there? So that's your point. The point that you just made. I'm gonna rebuttal that. So with Raya and Ramsdale, it's like that. With
Right.
Keller and Allison, it's like that. Yeah, in
Yeah,
front of the
yeah,
team.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's such a big difference. But these
Yeah.
two goalkeepers,
Huge difference.
they're not. They're not really all right. You could
It's in
say
the
Raya's
balance.
better, or you can say Ramsdale's better. But I've seen Ramsdale make some bloody mistakes. Yeah, like even against like he came in for the West Ham game, and okay, he hasn't played for a little while. But the mistake he made, like when he kicked the ball like straight out to like a West Ham player, it was like what? And
What
he's
are
got
you
that
doing?
in him. He has got the bozo gene. Ramsdale has got a
It's
bozo gene in him a lot. Yeah, he done that last season as well. There was a couple of games that I would say he cost us last season. So then, nah, there's not much difference between both of them. So I would prefer another
Did
goalkeeper
Did you see the
and
goal
to,
that
to get
Ross
rid.
Barkley? Did you see the goal that Ross Barkley scored? Yeah, it went
Embarrassing.
underneath. See, Ramsdale, I've never considered that kind of goal
Embarrassing.
before. I've not seen that. I won't lie, I've never seen that, bro. For the ball to go underneath, bro, I've never seen that, man. Disgraceful performance by
It's
David
history,
Raya, man.
this.
Ashamed. I'm ashamed of that goalkeeper, man. I'm ashamed of him, man. Bro, that was total destruction. Yeah.
He'll probably play Raya this Saturday against Villa. You know what I mean? He'll probably play him.
Possibly.
I just think at the day. Basically, I think right. It's like yes, at the day, Ramsdale might have the Boza gene, but I just think at the end of the day, right, sort of like Raya is more easier to get at than Ramsdale. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ramsdale's weak on crosses as well. Tony, there's a question from Ravi Bakara in the
Yes,
chat.
yeah. Because
Can you get to that?
I just saw it. So yeah. Question for all. Do you think Arsenal will be better off going for a striker partnership like they had in the past, like Beckham and Henry?
Hmm. Yeah.
So who's gonna miss out then? If that was the case, I would love like a Jesus and Tony, but we don't play like that anymore. So I
But
don't
we
know
don't play
how
4-4-2, so it's gonna be
exactly.
difficult. Yeah.
So that yeah. So that's really out of the question, really, because
That's
if
really out. Yeah.
I would have, if anything, I would have Jesus on the right and Tony in the middle, and Martinelli on the left. In certain games, Jesus coming off the bench. It can work that way, It could be Tony striker, Tony coming off the bench for now. There's so many different like permutations and
But
variables that you can
but
have.
again,
But I don't think we're going to get
I'm
Tony
even
anyway.
still
So
scared because Mikel Arteta plays his strikers. But again, I'm still scared because Mikel Arteta likes to use his strikers in a very, very distinctive way.
yeah,
He would have to tell them, hey, you have to, link up play, do this, do that, and you won't even be in the, I don't know, man. So, but
running
again,
into the ground.
let's see what happens in that January transfer window. See, predictions, the last one before we go. Predictions for the game. Everton, Newcastle.
Well, tonight, yeah, Everton Newcastle tonight.
Tonight, Everton, Newcastle.
I've got Newcastle 2, Everton 1.
What about you, Abs?
I'm going the opposite way. I think Everton are going to beat Newcastle. Is it at Toffee Ground? Yeah, is it at
Coffee
Everton's
Ground.
ground?
Goodison.
Yeah,
Where is it?
yeah.
I think Everton beat
It's at
Newcastle today.
it's at Everton.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think it's going to be two
interesting,
one to
interesting,
Everton.
Okay.
interesting. Shout out to Anthony Herbert. He said send Raya back to Brentford, terminate his contract. Big ups,
Definitely. I'll, dri- I'll
Herbert. He's
drive
a
him. It's only
member
like
of this
5 minutes
channel.
away from here.
I said he's driving with it.
5 minutes from here, mate. I'll drive
Shout
him.
out to Longhead Yeti. I should be having a show with Longhead Yeti tomorrow. Big up to him. He runs a
Big up,
Nottingham
yeah.
Forest channel. Big up to him. He's a
Oh yeah,
great guy too, man.
from his
Lovely human being. He says Arteta couldn't handle Martinez, bro.
Hit.
I don't
Hold
know,
on, hold
man. I
on.
don't
Can I
know.
give Yeti a
Here
high
today,
five?
say
I want to give Yeti a high five. This is a
give
high
Yeti
five.
a high five, man.
It's a high five, yeah. Nah, how you doing, Yeti, man?
Yeti
Hope
gets the
you're well.
high five. Here today is also a member of my channel, so big respect to you here today. He
Big up,
says
Yeti.
here,
Big
the
up.
assembled, the double save Emmy pulled off on Haaland had me sick. World class. Raya would never be able to do that. This is going to cost us big soon. I do believe that too. He says, Yeti, it's cold blooded. Our goalkeepers couldn't catch a cold. We are right to be concerned. We have the right to be concerned. Here today, Arteta's key error was selling Martinez, and Arsenal have paid for that error ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show. See, our guests here today, Anfield Rod, talk to these people, tell them where they can find you, man.
Yeah, listen, I've enjoyed this show. Thoroughly enjoyed this show. It's been great, man. Abs, listen, you're G, man. Abs, you're G,
Big
man.
up, my friend. I think your screen's frozen,
No,
You got like a.
it has
It's like
frozen.
you got a gold cap on or something.
No, it has frozen. It has
Oh,
frozen. Yes, frozen still. That's not like not big attention to it, but boy. Yeah, but like listen,
We'll
um
have to do another show, man. Definitely. I like the vibes, man.
no, no,
Definitely, definitely. I'll
definitely
bring it back next week. Me and you, we can do this again.
definitely. Listen, I'm available anytime I want because listen at the day, right? As I said the other day, Tony, you're my G for a long time.
Mm,
You're my G for a
mm.
long time. You know that still. Even though we have like heated debates, yeah, you're still my little brother. You're still my little brother.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? You're my G. And Abs,
yeah,
listen, everything that you said tonight and everything that, right? I could not disagree with one thing. You made perfect sense and you were cohesive when you done it. Listen, you're
Big
yeah.
G.
up, man. Big up.
You're
Big
G.
up.
Thanks.
Big up. Oh,
Nice.
thanks, man.
And also, listen, nice to meet you, man. And we're linked. Don't worry, we're linked. Listen,
Definitely.
guys, you
Definitely.
can find me on Anfield Uncle Rods. That's on YouTube. I've got a show tomorrow. I'm doing a preview for the Crystal Palace game, and I'm doing it with my guest is going to be Rich from Eagle Eye Football. So he'll be with me tomorrow at 7:30. Then Saturday, I I'll probably leave it till Sunday. Did the match reaction. Saturday night will be the panel debate show, and that'll be the last time it'd be on a Saturday night because I'm gonna move it to a different night. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna keep the Saturday night clear. But a lot of stuff coming up. You know what I mean? So please at the day hit the like button and subscribe button, and also make sure you guys do not leave here without smashing the like for my
Yeah, man. Very important. Very important.
and subscribe if you don't subscribe. And for that, gonna tell you something, Nick. Right? Ain't nobody in this business that I know at the day, right, works as hard as this guy here. He's a hard worker, and he always shows love to each and everybody.
Everyone.
You
Everyone.
know what I mean? He's my G. He's my G man. And listen at the day. So you guys at the day, I've got to like and subscribe if you
Thank
have
you.
not subscribed. Share the content. Share the content with whoever. And let's build this, man. Let's build this still. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me, G. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for
Big
having me.
up, man. Big up.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Rod. And guys, yeah, see, I started with this guy. We've been working together. Great, great, great guy to work with. See, go to Anfield Rod. Yeah, his channel. He runs a Liverpool channel, and not just Liverpool. He talks about different sports and different stuff too. Yeah, just general knowledge. Go and show him some love. Anthony Herbert is down here because he's a member. He's commenting on the stream. He says, "Good stream, Tony. Thank you. I can't wait to be on Goonies from all corners, Anthony Herbert. Yeah. Here today, who's also remembers is here. They assembled, yet well stated. Ateta is a joker. Of course. Shout out to Longhead Yeti, Red Bull Vodka, who was also down here too. All these guys here today. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, big up
Thank you for
yourselves,
showing up,
man.
Anthony Herbert. Thanks for showing up. And see, yeah, football band. Tell these people where they could find you, my brother, man.
Yeah, you can find me at the Football Bants channel. Bants with a Z on the end or Z, whatever country you're coming from. I'll just show you that there it is. Football Bants channel for
Yeah.
those who can't spell or can spell, but that's my channel there. Yeah, just give me a like and subscribe. I'm running the same, sharing the same video as well. So if you can like that as well, so I can get out to some more audiences as well. And yeah, just keep coming back to the channels. We keep supporting you guys. You support us, we support you. You know, and yeah, it's been a great show. One thing you didn't predict the Spurs game. Spurs are playing West Ham today. You forgot that one, didn't you, Tony?
Oh, Spurs West Ham.
Spurs have got West Ham today.
Man, I think it will be a draw, man. I'm looking at
No,
two 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 two
I
two
think
two. Yeah, 2-2. How about
I
you?
think I think Tottenham will beat them. You know, I think Tottenham will beat them like 3-1 because they've got Ramiro back as
It's
well.
at it's
So
at the Olympic Stadium, man.
is it Olympic
But
Stadium?
it's at the Olympic Stadium.
You sure?
Exactly, man. It's at
Are
West
you
Ham,
sure?
so it's a difficult one. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I think so.
yeah, it could be a Jordan. No, hold on. Let me
Yeah,
check. You sure?
no, it's at West Ham. It's at
Is
West
that
Ham.
West Ham? Oh,
Oh no no
yeah.
no no no! It's at
It's at
Lane.
Tottenhm. Yeah.
Sorry. So then
I
in that
no.
case, Tottenham might win. Tottenham might
Yeah, I
win
think
that game
Tottenham will win
3-2,
that. I think Tottenham are winning that one.
but there'll be goals for sure. There'll be
Yeah,
goals
there
for
definitely
sure.
be goals because it's a
Yeah, there'll be
derby, isn't
goals
it?
for
So
sure. Definitely,
there definitely be goals.
there'll be
Yeah.
goals for sure. It's a
But
derby.
it's
Yeah,
been good,
exactly.
man.
Yeah. See, yeah, guys, see, guys, go subscribe to the Football Bands channel because me and him, see, we're going to be working most times. Yeah, so get ready
Doing
to
a
be
lot of
seeing
work.
him here most of the time. We're part of, yeah, exactly. We're part of a group called the. But we have our breakout show down here, Arsenal Crash Talk, and he comes to the watch along. So most of my streams are also going to be streamed to his own channel too. So big things are popping up between me and my big brother down here, man. So
Are we doing a
come
watch
catch
along on
us anytime.
Saturday? Are we doing a watch
We're
along on
doing a watch
Saturday
along
or
too, man. We're doing that watch along, man. We're
cool?
doing the watch along, and it will also be simulcasted into your channel too. So of course, definitely,
Yeah.
we have that going on. And Anfield, Rod, Uncle Rod says here, I'm going to subscribe now. Yes, please subscribe to Football Band's channel.
Big up.
He says I had to restart my laptop. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. See ya. From me and Bands, we are out.
Come on, the Hammers.